Next is Microsoft, and Microsoft had so much. It was, how long was it? Was it 2 hours? Okay, let's get right into it. Scorpio is Xbox One X. That's the name. It's dumb because it sounds way too similar to One S. There's gonna be a lot of confused parents. Everyone has said it. I was not entirely sure about their marketing for it. Literally, they said 4K 800 million thousand times. And I was like, who's gonna tell them that the general public normally do not have 4K displays, whether it be monitors or TVs. Most people do not have a 4K display. And then they stated, okay, well, even if you don't have a 4K display, it will improve your 1080 display. And I'm like, how does that work? I don't understand how that works. And I'm not a big hardware person. I do not understand hardware. So when someone tells me that, I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But okay. But like even that, I'm not someone that buys hardware day one. I can't do that. Like even Nintendo's new 2DS XL that's coming out in like a month, I can't buy that day one. I need to wait like 2, 3, 4 weeks to not a couple months, because what if it doesn't fucking work? That's my thought. Like, what if it just doesn't work? I can't buy that shit if it's not gonna work. I can't afford to buy that shit if it doesn't work. If I buy something that doesn't work, then I wasted money, and I can't afford to waste money. So it's just, I can't do that shit. So to me, Xbox One X is not sold to me. It wouldn't be sold to me anyways, because I'm not gonna fucking buy that shit regardless. But it wouldn't be sold to me if it were like, if this was it and I had to buy it now, I would not buy it. And then they showed Forza, and I'm really sick of them like trying to show off their graphics with a racing game. Like, racing games don't show that much. Like, they don't really pull anything off that really like tell me what the graphics are, because it's just a car. It's like 5 cars. That's not gonna tell me a lot, okay? Like, oh, it's gorgeous, yeah, sure, but it's never gonna look like realistic enough to me anyways. And it's just like, And then they brought out a fucking car on stage, and I was like, oh, I'm so tired of this trend. They do this every fucking year. Who is thinking of this? Who is thinking to bring a car on stage? Like, I feel like they just do it for the meme. They just do it so people can make fun of them for it, because it gets them talking, and that's a good thing. But honestly, I cannot with the cars anymore. I just don't care about racing games like this. It's like, if it's arcade racer, like, or if it's a kart racer, I'm fine, but not this shit. I'm tired of it. Then they went into Metro Exodus, which was a better indication of what the system can do, because it looked really good. While I was watching this trailer, I didn't know Metro, I don't play this series. Actually, this conference really showed me how very little games I've actually played. I'm very stingy when it comes to games, and I don't play a lot of games that just don't, if it doesn't interest me, I don't play it. And a lot of games don't interest me. But Metro Exodus, when I was watching that trailer, I rooted for the mutant animals. I was like, you get them, you fucking kill it, you doggies. I tweeted that he killed a doggy in that thing, and it was like one of the mutated monsters, and I was like, that fucker, fuck him for killing that dog. That was a precious little animal, and you killed it. It was like the most ferocious thing I've ever seen. And then he attacked the bear, and I was like, why? What did the bear ever do to you? Yeah, he was trying to kill you, but like, who wouldn't be? Like, you're an asshole. Anyways, so that was cool. And then Assassin's Creed Origins. They should have saved the Origins name for when they rebooted this franchise like they did with Rayman. Because Rayman Origins is a reboot for really weird reasons. Because, you wouldn't think Origins would be a reboot. You'd think it would be a prequel. But Assassin's Creed Origins is Assassin's Creed. It's nothing special. It's a cool setting. Like, it's a really cool setting. But just for a split second, I thought for a split second that it was a competing set in Egypt game, and I was so disappointed when it was just Assassin's Creed. I was like, damn it, I really wanted it to be 2 different Egypt setting games. What a wasted opportunity. And then they showed PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Was that not on Xbox before? Well, it is now, so that's cool. This game is really cool, and I'm really interested in this game. It's Deep Rock Galactic, or as I call it, Dwarves in Space. It is so interesting. It looks like a really cool game. Laura Kay on Twitter said that it kind of looks like what people thought No Man's Sky was going to be. And I feel that so hard, and I really like the look of it. I like what I've seen in the gameplay, and they showed like nothing. That was like one of the most glossed over games. And it was, which is disappointing. I wanted to know more about it, but I googled a little bit, and what I found was it's on Steam. So it is coming to Steam. I think it's coming to Steam via Early Access, I don't like that, but it is coming to Steam. State of Decay 2 they showed. The only thing I want to say with State of Decay 2 is that game looks wonky as hell, and I appreciate that. And I don't mean to say it like in a rude way or anything, where like say like fancy looking games always suck, but I know this game isn't lying to me. I'm always like a little have my guard up when it comes to games, because to me games just look so good this day in trailers, and it's not always true. And people are like, well, they're not Ubisoft, you really can't say that. Well, I can, because it's happened before. It's happened from multiple companies. It's probably happened from every company at this point. So I appreciate that State of Decay looks so fucking bad. like gameplay wise, I'm sure it's gonna be good, because State of Decay 1 was the same, but visually it's really not the best looking, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that they're not lying. It was refreshing is the term, but I will not be playing it. The Darwin Project. It's basically Overwatch mixed with Battle Royale or Hunger Games. Hunger Games is what I see people call it, but I was thinking Battle Royale when I watched it. The commentator was far too much. It was like, it was so unnecessary, like, and really brought you out of the mood. And because of that, it was the worst like presentation of the night. There was nothing good about it, like with the commentary. I really disliked it, and I am really interested in the game, but it was by far the worst presentation. It completely killed my mood for the game. And also they barely showed the name. This is not a joke. I blinked and literally missed the name, because I blinked, I heard something, looked away, and looked back, and the game name wasn't there, and I was waiting for the name. It had already faded. So, and then I googled it, and then I found out it was called the Darwin Project, and then I looked for more stuff, and then I went to the darwinproject.com thinking, oh, that's gonna be it. That website is actually about Darwin, not about this game. But I'm interested in this game. This game looks cool, and I really like the idea of it. Honestly, I'm surprised that there hasn't been I'm surprised this is the first game, well, of that I know of that is this, you know. I would have thought people would have taken Overwatch and changed it as much. But here's the thing, a lot of people took Overwatch and TF2 and really made clones of it, instead of taking it and being like, what if every single person was against each other, instead of, oh, what if just 2 teams? What if just 2 teams? Why not everybody kill everybody? So next up was Minecraft crossplay, which is really cool, which is a really cool thing. The woman that presented that shit, her smile was scary. That was a scary smile. She smiled like her life depended on it. She also had really funny expressions too. I liked her, but it was too much. But the Minecraft crossplay is really cool. I can't take advantage because the only Minecraft I play is on, the Java version. And, we get the updates first, but, they can play with, each other. I guess that's a good thing. And then they showcase Minecraft in 4K. and it is exactly as dumb as you would think it would be. Next is DB Fighters with a Z, because it's Fighters with a Z, not Fighters with an S, because Fighters with a Z goes nuts. And I can't believe I just made a Liza Minnelli reference. Actually, I can. I can definitely believe it. This is the best of every single 3D game made to look like a 2D game. This is the best presentation of it I've ever seen. This is the best way it's ever looked. And also the game looked like fun, and it had a bunch of colors. I love colors. I like this game. You can play as Majin Buu. I'm gonna buy this game. It looks amazing. They showed Black Desert, which has been around for years. The Last Night, it has a really cool graphic style, so pixel graphics done correctly. So that's cool. I have no idea what it is. The Artful Escape, that game made me super gay, or gayer than I am, because it's the gayest game I think I've ever seen. And I've played gay dating sims before, so this is an amazing game. The Artful Escape, I can't wait for that game. Code Vein, I've seen it. It's called Anime Dark Souls. I have no interest in it, but it is coming to PC too, so that's awesome. Sea of Thieves, it looks like Sea of Thieves. I'm not interested, but I don't care. Tacoma, it's from the Gone Home devs. Don't care. Super Lucky's Tale. I forgot Lucky's Tale existed. And I think we forgot it existed because it was VR. Why the hell was it VR? But when they showed Super Lucky's Tale, like at the very beginning, I was like, is this a new Conker game? Because this motherfucker looks like Conker. He has a blue cape on that sometimes looks like Conker's blue hoodie. And then I was like, wait a minute. And then this fucker jumps into a book like Yooka-Laylee does. And I was like, no. And granted, in Lucky's Tale, you do select the level by, a book, because it's called Tale, like a story. And that makes sense. But I don't think he jumped into books in the original game, but he does it in this game. And then I was like, and then I listened to the music during the trailer. This fucking music sounds exactly like Super Mario Galaxy. Like, listen back to this, because that is Super Mario Galaxy down to a T. And I'm like, this is amazing. I think this is going to be a good game. I can't wait for this game. But this game has just... It reached the line, it crossed it, it snorted it, and it walked back. That game is fucking trying it. Like, I'm excited for it, but that game is trying it. Cuphead. It still looks good. Can't wait. We have a release date. I think people are far too harsh on this game right now. I was too, granted, but just thinking about it for a split second, there are so many AAA titles that get delayed to fucking ever. Kingdom Hearts 3, people are still excited for Kingdom Hearts 3, and Final Fantasy VII Remake, and all this shit, and Last Guardian, all these fucking games, and they don't get nearly as much hate as this fucking indie game with such an intensive art style that must take fucking forever, that, this is not an easy fucking game to make. That's why no one's made it before, okay? So to me, it's I think it is warranted something, because it's shown every year at E3 without a release date, and it's just been taking forever. That is true. But the actual level of it's being shown, that's on Microsoft and not the actual development studio. That's Microsoft's fault. Maybe Cuphead has been trying to jam it in, and we need a big spot in your show, maybe, I don't know. But to me, it's not warranted what the level they're getting right now. It is warranted a bit, but not the level it is. If it gets pushed back though, carry on. Carry on now. Crackdown 3. Terry Crews looks cool. I like Terry Crews. But one thing from the original trailer is that the original trailer, from what I remember, showed a lot of destructible environment, and we didn't see any this time. You saw cars explode and stuff, but buildings didn't crumble and stuff, and that was the point. That was the point of that trailer, was how much shit was just falling, but that wasn't shown, and that's disappointing to me anyways. They showed some indie at Xbox. Some of which were already released, like Osiris, Path of Exile, Battle Right, Brawlout. Most of these are early access already, but you know, cool. And then some high profile ones like Conan and Hello Neighbors. By the way, Hello Neighbors, I can't think of that game as what it is because there was a YouTuber way back and their name was Sergeant Beverly.
Sergeant Beverly.
Sergeant Beverly.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
And they had a catchphrase. And it was, "Hello, neighbors."
Oh my god, you're one of our neighbors. Hello, neighbor. Hello, honey.
There's our neighbor.
Hello, neighbor. Hello. Do you have a cigarette I can bum? Hello, neighbor. Hello, honey.
Fabulous people.
And I cannot think of anything other than her when it comes to this game. Because it is fucking like that's so ingrained in me. That's where I get my phrase, "Gotta get that donut money, honey." Because she said it. I can't find the clip of it anymore though. It's gone, it's lost to time, but it was there. It was so good. And then drop it and pick it up. It's so she fucking like sculpted me. She like turned me into the person I am today. Sergeant Bev, I love you, Bev. This is all about old, you know, retired YouTuber at this point. But of the games they showed, there were some cool ones that I liked. Unreal Heroes is beautiful. That game is gorgeous. And then Dunk Lords, which is by the same person that programmed Spelunky. So it's like those are very separate games, but I'm excited for Dunk Lords. And that's like the only sports game they showed is Dunk Lords in a montage. That shit is fucking... Microsoft did that right. And then Ooblets, but you know, I talked about Ooblets a lot, and they'll get more featured on the PC gaming show. And then they showed Ashen. All I remember about this game is that they don't have faces, but I have a star next to it, which means on my document, which means I want to play it, which is weird because usually I remember games that I actually want to play. Then we have Life is Strange Before the Storm. It's a prequel. I don't know a lot of people that played the original that actually actively are excited for this game. Like, yeah, they enjoyed the first one, but they didn't need, you know, any more continuation of the story as it is. Shadow of War. All I can say is the dialogue is amazing. I didn't play the first one, but the dialogue is so fucking good. Ori and the Will of the Wisp. I joked that it was Ori and the Blind Forest, like, from the first 5 seconds I saw it. It turned out it was. It was actually that. It's a beautiful game, and like, granted that was a cinematic trailer, but it's so gorgeous, and I hope it looks exactly like it looked. The first one was beautiful, but I hope it looks like this too. And then we have and there was live piano at that. That was really a nice touch. And then we have Xbox backwards compatibility, which got the biggest cheer of the night. I was like, really? That gets the biggest cheer? Because I can't even remember an Xbox game I want to play that isn't released somewhere else that I can play. Like, what did I play on the Xbox? I played like Cell Damage, which has a HD re-release. Soul Calibur 2, which has a HD re-release. Like, there's nothing I really want to play on the Xbox. Maybe like there's something, but right now I can't think of anything. So that's not going to get me excited. And then they announced the price for Xbox One X. It's $499. And that's what I thought it was going to be, you know? It's going to be for a while. I don't think it's actually going to be down in price anytime soon. And then the last game they showed was Anthem, which is a weird choice. It's as equally as a weird choice as EA giving Anthem to Microsoft to present, because they closed their show with a third-party non-exclusive game, and it looks amazing. It's beautiful. Like, granted, this is a closing game, but this is the closing game when it's, you know, your game. This isn't Microsoft's game. Microsoft has nothing to do with this game. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's gonna look the best on, you know, 4K, but this game isn't just gonna be on, you know, Microsoft platforms. It's not even just going to be on Microsoft platforms as in, you know, Xbox and Windows 10. It's going to be literally everywhere. So this game did not deserve to close their show, even though it's beautiful and it looks cool and it looks fun. Because you're like Iron Man in the fantasy jungle. It looks cool. In Horizon Zero Dawn, basically. So I don't understand their thought process of doing this. But okay. They made weird decisions overall in this conference. But they did really well. They showcased a lot of games that I'm interested in, but they showcased a lot of games, like, in total. And that is such a good thing. Like, granted, they did extend their show. Their show is longer than it usually is. But this was so good. This was, like, they showcased a lot. And I'm really happy with this E3 so far. Like, just from Xboxes alone. It was so good. Like, they showcased a lot. I don't understand how you could watch this and think, oh no, this was nothing. That was a lot. That was more than enough, you know? So, they did that. They showcased, you know, they showed it. And I'm happy with it. So I'm going to end it there. And I will see you next time. Bye, and remember to have fun.